I'm actually resuming recording. I think we should go ahead and get started.
Sounds good, Yasin. Got a lot to cover.
Yes. All right, Jim, you want to kick us off?
Sure. So hello, everyone. This is Jim Sporer. I'm one of the board of directors of ISSIP, the International Society of Service Innovation Professionals. This is our one of our board of director calls. I like to call them our ISSIP progress update calls because they contain so much great information about what all the ISSIP volunteers have accomplished. And this year, we have our annual update for 2020. So thanks for joining, all of you. And this is our agenda. And thank you, Yasi, as always, our great executive director who gets us all organized for these events. As you can see in the agenda, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to honor our ISSIP president from 2020, Gerhard Güdegan. And there's Gerhard. Gerhard. I remember the first time we met. I remember the amazing T-Summit event at the National Academies as well, where we met to discuss service science and T-shaped people. And it's really been, you know, a great honor to have you as our ISSIP president in 2020. You can see under his presidency some of the accomplishments that Gerhard has accomplished. I'm not going to read each one of them because you can all read it, but significant progress for ISSIP Gerhard. And I also want to call out the fact that, you know, the whole service innovation framework was born because of your efforts. So thank you so much for all the great accomplishments that you've had during your tenure, Gerhard. And I'll just turn it over to you if you want to say anything.
I can just say thank you, everybody, for all your trust and appreciation. And thank you all. Thank you all in our community to make ISSIP happen and make it possible to push forward such a great community. It is a great pleasure for me to contribute and further develop this community and really bring this community into a hopefully fruitful future with a lot of intriguing new challenges. And looking forward for the collaboration and for the growth of ISSIP in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of our colleagues and our board and the team members and the volunteers who really help make ISSIP happen and make ISSIP alive.
Thanks, Gerhard. And congratulations again. I think when you were elected, we had, as a VP, we had no idea that there would be a pandemic. So our first president during a pandemic. So many, many, many thanks. And maying on to the next, I'd just like to give a huge welcome to our new ISSIP president. Again, I think, Ulf, when you were elected, we had no idea that a pandemic was looming, but Ulf Venares is a senior director of high touch services and is our ISSIP president starting in January of this year, currently at Aruba Networks. And again, I'm not going to read through all of this, but you can see how fortunate we are to have Ulf as our president this year. And really just, you know, already, Ulf, it's, you know, just the short number of months that I've known you. I think we did get that one face-to-face meeting, that ISSIP Discovery Summit that we had just before the pandemic started. So it was great to meet you in person before the pandemic started, and really looking forward to working with you in this coming year. I know we all are, Ulf, and I'll just turn it over to you if you want to say anything.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jim, and thanks everyone for this brilliant opportunity. And I wanted to take a step back because I often get a question on what influences your career decisions and what influences your decision to engage somewhere. And I always have the same answer. And I think it's, for me, this is really important. I always look for environments and groups to be part of where I feel I can learn a lot from the other people that's engaged. And when I had the opportunity to first engage with ISSIP, I really felt that, because it's such a brilliant group of people with a very diverse background that represents different areas of knowledge and experience. And I'm coming from the corporate IT side, but even so, the other people with a corporate background here and the people with the educational or university background, we're so diverse. And I feel every meeting and every discussion we have, I learn a lot. And I hope to be able to share some of my experience and knowledge in ISSIP and what we work on and how we work on it, and engage even more people. So that's a little bit on me and my background. I want to say as well, I'm originally from Sweden, but I live in California. I've been here since 2012. And my whole career, I've been working all around the world. I counted once. I've definitely been to more countries than states. I think I've been and done business in 52 or 53 different countries. That's a little bit of background on me. Let's move to the next slide. I think we have a couple of more people that's super interesting here. So first of all, welcome Terry to be the Vice President for ISSIP. And I think when the few interactions we have, but you really represent what I described as the thing that attracts me to groups and make me want to join. You have so much knowledge and background in an area where I don't have, and I think a number of other people on the board doesn't have. So I think it's a extremely valuable addition to the ISSIP team. So you want to say some words, Terry?
I'm just going to say thank you, and thank you to all the folks on the call and those that we're representing. This is a chance for me to participate in an innovation team rather than teach about innovation teams, and to practice ideas and how to use new technologies in our work. And I want to thank you all for that. And I'm so looking forward to learning from all the other board members as we take these ideas and keep them going. And certainly the pandemic has been a challenge as we think about how to continue to serve the membership, but I think we have that under control. So thank you all.
Do we have a pandemic? Sorry, I could not resist.
Okay.
Utpal, I'm going to repeat a little bit what I said on Terry, but I think that the red line or the theme among the people we're presenting here really is the definition of a very diverse team where everyone bring different level of experience from a different background. And Utpal, being a VP and senior partner at IBM, and really invested in innovation and driving these kind of questions that we're working on in ISSIP brings a huge value. So Utpal, you want to say a few words, please?
Thank you, team. I'll just keep it short and sweet. I'll repeat what Terry said. Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure being part of the team here and looking forward to participating, collaborating, sharing, and learning from each other. Thank you. I also want to say a big thank you to Jim, without whom I would not have been here. Thank you.
And I think we've got now, Terry's in Canada now, and Utpal's in Canada, so we're expanding nicely in Canada. So thank you, Utpal and Terry, for being leaders in ISSIP. Great to have you on board.
And Terry and I are coast to coast, so we'll take care of it.
I'm going to move to the next one, Manoj. I don't know if Manoj is on.
No, he's not, because he's in India. And yeah.
But I think Manoj is playing a really important role. So obviously we do a lot of very interesting things in ISSIP, and one of the important things is to make it available and known to the rest of the world. So Manoj is working on that communication and working closely with Yassi to make that happen. And I think we already see the impact of the newsletters and the things he produces. And I think this year we're going to take that to the next level. So let's move on to the next slide. We have two slides that have a lot of words, and I'm not going to go into the words. I'm going to explain what this is from a high level. So what we did at the start of this year, we took in the active group, we actually took all the initiatives and stack ranked them. So the stack ranking is to identify from a group point of view, what do we think are the top to bottom initiative from an importance point of view. And this is just to see where should we focus our time, where should Jessie focus her time, and if we have to prioritize and focus a little bit more on something, what is that? So we came up with this list, and then we have done a couple of more things that will help us be even more impactful for this year. So you see the goals and the objectives here. But before I go into the goals and objectives, we have also assigned an owner to each one of these. So there is someone that actively driving each one of these initiatives, but we also have an owner from the active group where that owner is responsible for working closely with Jessie and the rest of the team, but to define the goal and the objective or metrics for each of the initiatives. And this is so we can really make it better known to the larger group, what we're working on, what's the goals, and also provide status updates with regards to those objectives or goals as we move forward. The thing I want to highlight in addition to what I just said is, if you look on this first slide, at the top we have overall ISSIP. So we have the overall goal and the overall objectives. If we look on the three that's highlighted here, these are the three that ended up on first, second, and third place in our stack ranking. So we put them on a separate slide just to highlight the fact that as a group, we believe these are the most important ones to work on. And it's the Discovery Summits, it's award and recognition, and it's the government foundations. I'm going to leave it there, and you will see ongoing updates on all of these, and we're going to come back to that in newsletters and other communication as well. The second slide just lists the other initiatives that we're working on, and it includes a service innovation framework, conference partnership. We're exploring to start a new initiative and focus on network as a service. Then we have Cognitive Systems Institute Group, the book initiative or books initiative and publishing, and finally the newsletter. So these are the focus areas in order of priority, but also the goals and the objectives. So let's move on to the next one, please.
So I'll take it from here. Before going into each of these areas, the three areas and other areas that Ulf laid out, let me first say my thank you to Gerhard as our 2020 president, as our great 2020 president, and a leader in ISSIP since the beginning. Also welcome Ulf as our new president and Terry as our vice president. You two are both awesome, and I'm really looking forward with you. And also I want to welcome Utpal. We are really, really privileged to have all of you and Utpal as leaders in ISSIP, and looking forward to working with each and every one of you. So back to Discovery Summits. As you saw, Discovery Summits came at the top ranking, highest ranking. So I'll tell you what we did last year, because they were important last year and in the last several years. So I'll tell you what we did at high level in 2020, and then what we're planning for 2021, and really would like everyone's participation and input. So last year we had 2 Discovery Summits, and they were fairly back-to-back, November and December of last year. The reason they were pushed out because we had also other important projects at the beginning of the year, and we would like going forward next year to have them a little spaced out. So one was on the future of work and learning and challenges and opportunities that were presented to all of us as a result of COVID. And you know, we're looking at what is there to stay. The other one was on building resilient supply chain. And that's another area where COVID really pointed that we need more resilience in our supply systems. And out of the Discovery Summits, our goal was to connect to other programs, such as awards and recognitions, the presentation and recording of those Discovery Summits. Some are posted, some are in the process of posting, and the white papers for those 2 events are will be under development. For 2021, we are currently exploring themes, and really would like to more open up opportunities for expert members and prospective members to speak in those events, and also to engage ISSIP members in development of white papers or even potentially books out of the Discovery Summits. We have examples of that, but the challenge with ISSIP is being a voluntary-based organization is always volunteership. And as Wolf said, this year we're all behind really increasing the volunteership. So, you know, we'll be inviting all members to contribute. All members will have the opportunity to at least participate and sign up to join these Discovery Summits. And if anyone needs more information, you know, you can contact us. The email is there. You know, look forward to hearing your thoughts and feedbacks, and we'll engage you as we develop themes for this year. So awards and recognitions. For this, I'll turn it over to Ralph, who leads this effort at ISSIP. Ralph?
Okay, thank you, Yasi.
Sure.
What you see here on this slide are the 2020 recipients of our Service Innovation Award. This award is given every year for the last several years, and it's been really exciting to be part of this program and review the submissions, because every year we get more and more submissions. What's really inspiring is to see the diversity in these submissions in terms of the representation of different companies and different industries, as well as academia, and the diversity of ideas for service innovation that they represent. So if you want more information about these particular awards or the awards from previous years, please visit our website. They're all posted there, and I will be happy to answer any questions about the awards program. This year, we're hoping to get even more submissions than last year. And the, let's see, the deadline is coming up February 22nd for the awards for 2021. And then we, yeah, go ahead.
No.
We
Go ahead.
also have a badging program, which when badging emerged, digital badging emerged mainly from industry as a new way for certification and recognition. The board and the executive committee of ISSIP began a lot of discussions about the role ISSIP should play in badging programs. And we thought it was absolutely appropriate for ISSIP as this professional society to be the grantor of badges for various kinds of service innovation. Now that badging is out of the infant stage, you could say, and it's growing very rapidly, we have initiated a formal badging program in 2020, and we have created 2 badges so far. And again, you can see these on our website. And going forward, we're going to continue this formal system of creating badges, reviewing applications for badges and granting badges, as well as promoting the badges on various social media sites. So please, again, reference our website and our newsletters this year, as you're going to see more and more opportunities for the recognition and certification that badging can give someone.
Thank you, Ralph. So the third project on the rankings was government foundation projects in ISSIP. In the past, we have had in 2020, and actually before 2020, we have had a couple of NSF grants, and in 2019 and 2020 and this year, we also are working on a European Commission grant. For 2020, basically, we completed that project with NSF, and for 2021, we have actually a project that is under panel review, and it has passed its initial phase of the panel review. So we're expecting, if all goes well, another NSF grant. The European Commission is a 2-year program that started in 2019 and will go through the remainder of this year. Again, a number of ISSIP members are involved in these 2 projects. And if anyone would like to learn more, please drop me a note. Our goals for this year, and I want to thank Terry for driving this effort, is to basically deliver our projects that we have on our plate, and collaborate with ISSIP academic members as ISSIP as a collaborator to actually be a conduit between industry and academia, and also identify other foundations. You know, we've had success with NSF, with European Commission, and being a nonprofit, you know, other foundations that we can tap into that are synergistic with ISSIP. So another item that Ulf indicated that has been important in ISSIP is our collaboration with other conferences and professional associations. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but in 2020, although a lot of things went virtual, we continued our collaborations with a number of organizations. And this is really thanks to our various ambassadors that drive these. And in 2021, you know, we have also plans for a number of these that are either virtual or a hybrid. And we'll make announcements, and we'll try to engage more ISSIP members in all of these. On and the person who leads this, and I'm not sure if Haluk is on the call, but he was.
Yassi.
Oh, hello. Yeah, hi. Do you want to take this over?
Yes,
Haluk
thank you.
leads both of these efforts.
I am so sorry. I'm a little bit
no
late.
problem.
I was double booked, actually triple booked. Anyway, thank you, Yassi. And I mean, as probably Yassi mentioned earlier, we really, as an ISSIP, we really believe value co-creation. We really want to believe the collaboration, value co-creation with our individual members, organizational members. Oh, you went back to the conference page? Okay, I'm a little cool. Okay, so in that value co-creation model, we also think that we needed some vehicles to co-create content, knowledge, and disseminate. For this goal, Dr. Sporer and I, Jim and I, we started these 2 book series with Business Expert Press. We are inviting our ISSIP members, our friends and colleagues from ISSIP or outside of the ISSIP, if anyone would like to contribute or write a short booklet to basically generate some content and also share this knowledge with outside. So in last few years, actually 3-4 years, actually I would say more than. So one of our series called Service Systems and Innovations in Business and Society, total we have 43 books published. And last quarter, we have 5 books out. And the second series we recently started, we already have 7 books being completed. So if any of you may have interest to write a book, please let us know. Jim and I will be very happy to work with you closely and introduce you with the publisher and go through this process. Thank you, Yassi. Jim, would you like to add anything? I know you are also.
No, it's great. Thanks, Luke.
Thanks.
Yeah, and to add to what Haluk said is, again, we're our goal for this year is to better tie our Discovery Summit activities to getting our members engaged to co-author books. This is a great opportunity. We have this really, thanks to Haluk and Jim, we have this really great partnership. And, it's really a great opportunity for aspiring authors.
And Yassi, you've done 2 books, so I think it's, thank you for those.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I want to encourage more and more of our members to get involved in this. So a quick update on the special interest groups. I'm not going to go through this in detail, but currently the Cognitive Computing Institute that's led by Susan Maleka is considering basically changing formats and connecting more to the important issue of diversity and inclusion in AI. And I know Susan has some really great ideas. So that will resume soon. Education and Research SIG that Jim and Haluk have and Ralph have led for several years is focused on badging to get more, and they've done a great job over the last year and before, and plans for this year to really use badging as a way to recognize ISSIP members and help us create more engagement. A service innovation framework led by DJ Christman and Gerhard Gütergen. And that work will continue. Gerhard talked about that, and there are a number of great plans. And Service Design SIG had a relaunching in 2019, but currently is put on hold due to basically the leaders getting too busy. So for this year, we it more than likely will remain on hold. Update on the ambassador. We had one new ambassador who was, I'm happy to say, was Utpal. And if you see the activities this year relative to last year, it's a bit less. And the reason really is COVID. We had planned actually a number of activities, including one, I see Zami on the call with Dr. Zami Temesgen from Mayo Clinic that we had to put on hold because of COVID. So here are, the list of volunteers that are great volunteers who contribute to chapters, discovery summits, SIGs, speaker series, just a highlight of this. If you look at the number of volunteers, active volunteers who have been, this is what that reflects, active volunteers who have been engaged in some shape or form with those programs. The total is actually 70 relative to about 100 last year. And the reason is last year we had the NSF project that actually engaged a number of more people on this project that we're going to tap into for the incoming, hopefully, fingers crossed, NSF project. So, and in general, the whole leadership team is really behind providing opportunities to increase volunteership. So an update on individual memberships. You can see we had a growth of about 4.6%. That's about 5 people per month. Distributions were very similar, minor tweaks. Again, our goal is not numbers, but engagement. So that's really the focus this year. And of these, of our individual members, these are just some of sample organizations that they represent. If anyone is curious about how their organization can join ISSIP, you can contact me. I'll be happy to provide more information. And here is the highlight of our financials. I'll just leave it there for a second for you to see. This is all be posted on the ISSIP website, so this is public information. And here on the operations side of things, we'll have our annual report posted and ISSIP taxes taken care of in May. So that's all, and I want to open it up to discussion. So we have, oh good, we have 20 minutes. We were very efficient this time, I'm happy to say. And we like to be, because we want to really use these calls for engagement. So please, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, I want to invite you to chime in. Don't be shy.
Can I chime in?
Please,
Yassi?
Zami, welcome.
This is Zami Temesgen, yeah.
Yes, welcome,
Yeah,
Dr. Temesgen.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up 2 things. One is one thing that the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic has shown us is the use that technology could be not only in terms of healthcare delivery, but also in monitoring and surveillance, as well as in research and education, because of the disruption of all of those activities and the removal of barriers to the use of technology that were present pre-COVID-19. So I think we have, and the other thing it showed us also that we could actually work across disciplines within medicine, but also outside medicine. And so I think this is an opportunity for all of us to show how we can really work in the spirit of ISSIP to actually elevate the quality of care, as well as the quality of training and the quality of information. So I just wanted to, it's just an obvious point, but I just wanted to bring that up. The second point is a somewhat selfish point. The Mayo Clinic Center for Tuberculosis, which I lead, is WHO coordinating center, officially and formally, and it is the center which is designated as the Center for Digital Health and Precision Medicine in Tuberculosis. So I will submit that as another opportunity to showcase the principles of ISSIP and how we can work together across specialties and disciplines and expertise to, again, affect an outcome that is much better than it used to be.
Thank you so much, Zami. You always bring great ideas and great opportunities to ISSIP, and happy to continue collaborating with you. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone knows to join the ISSIP Slack. If you have any trouble joining, just ping me a private message in the chat. I've already done that for Samuel and Francisco, and now they're part of the ISSIP Slack channel. So definitely a great way to stay in touch with other ISSIP colleagues without sending a lot of emails around that get lost. You know, you can attach documents and stuff. In fact, Terry, while we were just talking, pinged about an X Prize that the World Economic Forum is going to do on the future of skills. And the European Commission work that Yasi and I are primarily involved in is really focused on service science, T-shaped skills, similar to what the Cambridge report was in 2010, really thinking about how do we get all the stakeholders to work together to create new skills for new jobs. And I think it's a great opportunity for those interested in this to get involved. There's an expert workshop coming up on March 23rd for that. If you haven't read the World Economic Forum's report on the $6 trillion upskilling opportunity for GDP growth by 2030, it's really worth looking at. And they also have a skills framework that reminds me a lot, at least, of the T-shape. They do it in terms of levels, 5 levels. The level 1 and 2 are kind of like the broad part of the T, and then you get into levels 3, 4, and 5, more like the deep part of the T shape. But it's really interesting, very relevant, I think, to folks in ISSIP that have an interest in upskilling and the future of jobs, creating high quality jobs for the future. Oh, and I see Terry also put in the link for the collaborative intelligence book. So thanks, Terry, for doing that. Yeah, so yeah, definitely join the ISSIP Slack. It's a great way to stay in touch and get updates on relevant things. And Zami, if you're not in the ISSIP Slack, I have your email. I'll put you in there. And, you know, it's a great place to post anything from the Mayo Clinic that you think we should know in the ISSIP community.
Thank you. Will do.
Excellent. Any other thoughts, comments, questions, suggestions, actually, of what you heard, feedback? We'd love to hear from you.
I always have feedback and questions, so don't pause more than 20 seconds or I'll go down my list. I would really like to put out an appeal to everybody on this call for the ISSIP Service Innovation Excellence Award. The deadline is February 22nd, as Ralph said. And, you know, it's interesting. Just think about, you know, this pandemic and what service innovation was relevant, what new service innovation was relevant to you during this pandemic is a great way to identify potential awardees for this award. And I think it's, you know, all of us, you know, who are members of ISSIP, as we go, you know, day by day, week by week, month by month, we're probably noticing things that either work in service or don't work in service. And the things that really do work, I think, could be excellent candidates for the ISSIP Service Excellence Award. And people are pinging you with their email addresses to get added to the Slack. So I'm going to take a break and see if anybody else has anything they would like to add while I add a few more people to our ISSIP Slack channel.
Excellent, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Any other thoughts, questions? Before Jim
goes down to do with me, and I do have one.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah, so the AHFE, HSSE, the Human Side of Service Engineering, the deadline was extended to mid-February to get papers in. Last year we had 60 papers and presentations. This year we're already up to 80 papers and presentations for the human side of service engineering. It's supposed to be in New York. They say it's going to be hybrid in July. I imagine it's still going to be mostly virtual though. But I really, you know, there still is time if you know people who are interested in submitting. There still is time, and it looks like it's developing to be a great conference. I've also heard that the Naples Forum on Service, which is June 2021, is going to be hybrid as well. I imagine that's going to be mostly virtual as well, of course, but you know, I'd just like to put out the word that those are two really good conferences with deadlines that will be coming up in the next few months. If you've got ideas for those, please do. Just reach out either on ISSIP Slack or send me an email, and I'll be happy to get you plugged in. And I'll stop there, Yaki. That's probably enough for my list.
Great. I'll open it up once more to others if you have any thoughts you would like to share.
Well, this is Haluk. Maybe I can also kind of continue where it started. So, I mean, as an ISSIP organization, so we have been actually partnering with a lot of different organizations, different academic institutions, different companies, you know, private, public, academic institutions. We are really active in different academic conferences also, like Jim has talked about HSSAE. I'm very closely involved with Hawaii International Conference on System Sciences. I know Dr. Ralph Bedinelli is very closely integrated with Informs conferences. So if we have any academics on the call, if you would like to participate or if you need any help to present, join these conferences, just let us know. We will figure out how to make this work. That's the one value for individuals. Other parts, like we mentioned earlier, if anybody would like to, hey, you know, I have some topic, I can write a quick book and I would like to put this book to the market. Again, we have also another channel, Jim and I have been working. We will be very happy to facilitate that. So as an ISSIP, we are so open for any individual, any organization come to the table saying, hey, I have this idea or this cool thing as a hobby, as an interest, as anything, academic research, professional. I would like to collaborate and maybe co-create value. We will, you know, we welcome anyone. I think I want to say that. I think collaboratively we can innovate new ideas and new things.
Great, thanks, Haluk. I want to actually personally acknowledge those familiar faces and not so familiar faces for joining this call. I want to call out the familiar faces, Professor Stephen Vargo, who's on the call, Dr. Smut-Lund, who's on the call, Paula McCarthy on the call, Annie Hardy. Thank you for joining all. Also, Paredes, who's on the call, who's a new face, Antonia Marquez.
Wow.
So thank you so much. And I want to know if there's anything on your mind from what you have heard. You know, we certainly don't want this to be a one-directional call, and not to put anyone on spot, but just an invitation. If you have any thoughts, feedback, we would love to hear it. Don't be shy.
I was gonna step in and say thank you. I'm very excited to hear what's been happening. I'm glad to be on the call, and based on what I'm hearing, the opportunity is endless. The only thing that prevents you from taking, from being able to excel and take the most out of this organization is if you don't actually look at what the organization does. So once I get that slack, like I will be tapping into this, you will get LinkedIn invitations, we will build things. It just sounds like it's going to be, that's what everybody wants. We are a team of creative intellects, right? This is what we do. We geek and we build. So I feel like I'm with my people.
Yeah, if I may,
Nice,
thank you, everyone. Thank Annie. I think we spoke last week about this, and thanks everybody, Yassi, Olf, Terry, Jim, everybody's on the call. What I'd like also to mention, as Olf mentioned earlier, we are considering maybe formalizing or doing some activities maybe around standardization. We're not sure yet about network as a service. I know it's maybe an important area for many of you, or for some folks you may know who have some expertise or interest in this area. If so, please reach out to one of us. Maybe you could reach out to Yassi initially as we consider whether we should kick off something formally in this area.
Excellent. Great, Amar. Thank you. And thank you, Annie. And others?
Well, I really feel so excited for participate in this group. I'm from Peru. I guess there is anyone from Peru here. So I work in service design for a long years. So I'm really interested to participate here in programs, in everything that I can.
Excellent. Thank you, Pedros. Anyone else?
I like Paredes's virtual book collection back there. I think I recognize a few of the books.
Not only that, I think he has a ladder if you want to read more books on the second floor.
Exactly.
I just want to say, Annie and I have been trying to schedule a call. So Annie, I'll reach out to you to schedule finally that call.
I literally have an open email and I was like, I'd be a jerk if I do this right now. I'm just going to set it aside so they don't think I'm doing email while I'm on the call. I'll share it.
Wonderful. Looking forward to it.
So Terry, is Calendly a good service innovation? You use it for your calendaring, and I'm just starting to get used to it.
I'm going to claim that it's a fantastic service innovation, especially if your enterprise institution doesn't have some kind of a calendaring tool that would let you kind of show your calendar to the world, right? So it's hugely helpful. Someone says, I'd love a meeting with you. I can send them a link. It's either a one-time link or it's a perpetual link. Find 45 minutes that work for you. So I really appreciate their ability to cross all my different calendars. But
yeah, I'm just getting it set up, so it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always looking for those automations, those bottom-up automations that we can add to our work. And a little bit on that point, I hope the chat didn't go flying by too quickly. We had submitted a proposal to HICS last year, and it was officially on the books, but with all the craziness around COVID and shifting the conference, we didn't market it because we knew it wasn't going to be in person. In hopes that it is in person this year, and certainly having a lot longer to plan in case it isn't, we are looking forward to having a practitioner focused session, because that's really, practitioners are always ahead. The industry is almost always ahead in this world of work of the academic presentations. And so we can use our connections at ISSIP to have an opportunity not only to highlight the great work that's being done by all of our industry members, but also to give a heads up to our academic members about the avenues that they really should be pursuing. So I see it as a service of our industry members to really help the academic folks know where the next things are. And I hope you'll all be interested in participating, and we'll get that updated within the next couple of weeks.
Excellent mention, Terry. Thank you. All right. I think we only have 1 minute left.
Well, I just make a quick comment.
Please go ahead.
I want to tie back to what I said in the beginning, but I think this meeting just cements my view and confirms what I said. I think we're such a brilliant group of people with a very diverse background. And if you look on the initiatives, especially anyone new on this call, the slides are published on our website. And if there's any initiative that you want to be part of, or you have some suggestions or questions, yeah, just reach out to us. And I mean, the organization and the group is here to work with people that's interested and wants to be engaged. So that's really a very open door. I want to finally thank Yassi for all the work she's doing. I think if it wasn't for Yassi, we wouldn't be able to function as a group, to be honest. I think she's herding the cats.
Well,
it's a great team to work with. So my pleasure. Thank you all. So I think it's 1 o'clock. Thank you all so much. And see you soon. Take care.
Thank you.
I'll
Bye-bye.
see you all on Slack.
Bye.
We'll see you on
Okay.
Slack.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.